Hello guys, what's up? It's Tharun here, and we're going to continue with our HTML tutorial series. And in this video, I think we're going to move on further. But before that, I was about to complete two other tags there. I couldn't complete. So first, let's do with that. So this is the text editor, and this is the live server which I'm running. And now first thing I want to do is this text is very small, so I just want to change the size of it. So just go to style.css. If you have guessed right, we have wrapped this inside a div called div C, so you could directly write the rules there instead of writing individually for each element here. Actually we don't have these elements, but still. Okay, div C, and in this div C we are going to write font size, which will change the size of the font, and set it to around say 20 pixels. Save, and yeah, that's good I think, or let's just set it to 24 pixels. Save. Cool. So we have that, and we have another property called line height. So just let's go through it. Line height, and let's set it to 1.5. Save. Yep. So what this line height property does is it will just give the height differences between every line. There is, it's kind of like padding. I'll tell you what padding is, but actually it's not, it's different. So let's give a line height of around 2.0. Save. We have this. Okay, let's just proceed with the tutorial. I will talk about this more later. So the other thing we missed in the last tutorial was within a P. Okay, just imagine if you want to do H2O. Save it. So it appears like that. What if you want that 2 to appear just below the H? You would probably use sub, because it's a subscript, right? We call it a subscript. Save. Bam. So beautiful. So it's H2O, but believe me, I like chemistry. So other P tag. And now if you want to use physics formulas because you're too much behind channels like Physics Girl, so you just go on typing E equals to MC square. Actually I like the channel Physics Girl. I've been following her since around, I think around 3 or 4 years. And you write SUP, that is superscript, SUP, if I could spell it right. Save. You get E equals MC square. So this is how you do HTML. Just make sure it's recording. So this is how you do HTML formatting. These are the different things there. I think it's pretty much it. Now let's just save it and go to another HTML file, create a new file. Just type html4.html. Save it. Just copy the code from here to here, paste, and remove this. Save. Now what we are going to work out is HTML quotations. Save it. Go to html4.html. Save HTML quotation. Cool. For this, let's use another style file. Actually, you know what? Let's use the same. You could actually use another style file, or you could use plenty of style files. Actually, you know what? Let me show that. Let's type style1.css. Save. Now, in the HTML4, let me just close this really quick. HTML4 file. Let's link it. Link rel equals to Stylesheet. href equals to style1.css. Save. So now whatever the rules I write in style as well as style1 will be applied to this file. But if you remember the hierarchy we talked about in the previous tutorial, the rules will be first preference. The first preference will be given to the inline, okay, and the second preference would be given to the internal ones, and the third preference would be given to the external files. But when you talk about external files, when you link them up like this, okay, the first preference would be given to the the external CSS file, which comes at the right bottom, okay, and this would be given the second preference. For instance, if we have another here, if it is style3.css, then it will be given the third preference, so on. Now, what do you mean by preference? For example, let's go to style.css, and we have written the div C. Okay, let's just do the heading color aqua, right? Just copy this, and since we have given style 1 below the style, you could just go to style 1 and paste it, and if you change the color to say red, it's not red, it's red, save it, you'll just change to red irrespective of what you mentioned here, okay? So it works like that. Let's just do that. AQ, actually, you know what, we do not need this, save. So we have that. Now what we want to do in this video, we would like to continue with the HTML quotations. So let's continue with it. So within the paragraph, let's say you want to use a quote, okay? To use a quote, you would use Q tag, and you would tell like welcome everybody, close the Q and close the P, save it. You would get a beautiful thing like this if you had written it properly. Okay, you get this, welcome everybody, EVER, okay, welcome everybody. So you get this is for Q. If you want a block quote, okay, what do you mean by block quote? Block quote is like, you go P, Tharun again says, and go to Blockquote, save, and within this Blockquote, whatever you give, it will be like indented automatically by the browser, okay? Now we can just copy this again, welcome everybody. You know what, I could have typed much better thing. Okay, welcome everybody. Actually it is intended. If I give you a long paragraph, you'll get to know, but it is actually indented, believe me. But these are some things which we don't usually use it in our website, but I just want you to know. There are other tags, like there are ABBR, that is for abbreviation, and there is address, okay, and there is BDO, which changes the direction of the text we give inside, and we have CITE. So there are so many tags, okay, like these are like very much less used in good web design pages. It's not an offense, you may use it, but we don't usually use it. I've worked with a lot of web developers, and we don't use these things, so I just don't want to waste your time. But if you are interested, I have the links down in the description below. You could feel free to go check them out. So now let's proceed with the other part of this tutorial. Next, what I would like to tell you is, we have seen about the anchor tags, A tags, right? Let's continue with that. A, href equals to google. Oh, sorry, that wouldn't work. So https www.ugle.com and go to Google. Hey, save it. So you'll have something beautiful like this. If you would want to style it, if you had guessed it right, since we have linked the style sheet, we could style it here. A, and let's give it a color as, say, let's write a random color, 1 2 DF and 77. Oh, awesome. Okay, so we have that awesome color here. So once we click, we'll without any doubt go to Google. But since we have clicked it, this is of the form visited. To a link, there are actually many kind of attributes you could use. I would rather tell it as situations. So A of visited, that is if the link is already clicked, and A of active, that is when the link is at the moment clicked. Then A of hover, that is when you hover the mouse over the element. Example like this is hovering. So you could write separate set of rules for these. So visited, let's change it the color to say blue. Save it. Let me just remove this. See, change to blue. And this one, let's change it to white so that you could differentiate it. And on hovering, let's change the color to say a random color. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Save. Now, when I hover over it, it changes to this random color which we gave. Okay, I'll tell you how these colors appear. Okay, don't worry, I'll be backed up. So this thing. Now, just observe when I click what would happen. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's just change it to something else. Like, let's just keep the background color to say yellow. Save it. Now when I click it, yeah, it does. See, that's what active does. When you click it, it just changes the property, and once you click it, it goes there, and this is the visited move. Okay, so this is how, no, it's not visited, it's actually, like, see here, the color things are messing this up, but if we get the whole idea, it's awesome. Visited means the link has been already clicked, and active means like it is being clicked. See, sometimes it doesn't work, don't worry about it. And hover means you have hovered over the elements. Okay, so that is the whole meaning in it. Just don't worry, it will work. Then the next thing I would like to continue with is, let me see, let's get into HTML comments. So what if you're writing this code and you want your friends to understand, or other web developers to understand? You could write comments. Comments are something like, as usual in other languages, they are not shown in the browser, but in the text editors they are shown. For example, if I write here, this link goes to Google, save it. This appears here, but you don't want this to appear. So what do? You use comments. In HTML, you type comments by opening this angular bracket, exclamatory mark, double hyphen, and when you want to close it, you use a double hyphen again and close this angular bracket. Save it. Now that doesn't appear. This is the comment thing which you use here. You could also comment code. Like if you're just experimenting and you don't want that for the time being, you could use it. You know what, we have to close it here. Save. See, all of this has disappeared. So this is how you do the commenting. And next, let's move on to padding and margins. So you know what, I'll just do that in the next video. So thank you for being with me, guys. See you in the next video. Hope you had fun and learned something. Don't worry, we'll be recapping it in the next video. But one thing I would like to say is all of these tags cannot be by hearted. So just don't sit there by hearting these tags. Just watch my video and play them around while you're working out in the text editors, so that you could also like type something what I'm telling and you could see the results live, and you could also experiment and tweak with it. I'll leave some useful links down in the description. Thanks for checking me out. See you in the next video. Bye bye.